Good morning. What's up? Yeah, I think so. I think so. 15-minute, obviously, nasty business. We want the midpoint of it rejected. Right? So if we're looking at that, oh, this edge clear platform. We actually tapped into it right now. Right? So really nice rejection. Really nice rejection. Right? But we'll see what happens on this push here. We'll see what happens on this push. If we get like our swing point, I don't like how we didn't create anything here, so I'm not sure yet. This isn't really, well, it's actually a pretty decent low. Right? But this kind of didn't take liquidity or anything like that. I think we've still got, we took this low, which is nice. We've got this huge gap here if we do want to get going today, but we're talking like a massive red day if that's going to happen. So let this shake out a little bit. We don't have we have like an internal CSD, fine, right? But nothing that I'm really interested in hopping in just yet. What's our ES chart doing? ES actually has CSD'd on the 5-minute. So that's a little bit concerning for the bearish side on NQ. NQ is nowhere near as clean, I think, but pretty close above that high. We'll see if this imbalance actually wants to deliver along. I don't really want to be hopping in on that. Morning, Mendez. How you doing, man? Or evening to you, I suppose. I'd actually be a little surprised if this didn't have a little bit of legs. Probably could have hit that at 902, and then you're looking for this high, and you essentially want all of this cooked if we're going to trade up to 960. We didn't end up doing a giveaway yesterday. We didn't end up doing that yesterday. This is thrusting down. Not quite ready yet. I think if we get a CSD and this wants to flip back bullish, then we take all of this. Cool. Might have to sweep this out. This is actually our CSD area here, in my opinion. We probably are traveling to this 838 low. Morning, Stoic. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Bit of a wild week. Gonna mark this out. We'll see if we get some sort of a reaction from this to send us higher. And that's mainly predicated upon we've actually flipped on the 5-minute on ES. Nice little push. Not really wild about the lows, so a little bit hesitant on talking about any longs. I just don't really like how this is working out. Stall candle might make me interested. And only because we've got sort of this lethargic movement that's pulling back here. $9.45. I'm in head office. I'm not in head office, am I? Oh, yeah. We didn't do any of the account giveaways yesterday. So you actually haven't missed much. So each one of these thrusts has been met with massive selling. I would want sort of a change in personality, something similar to this, or like a weak sort of candle or something like that. Still thinking we trade lower if you guys are short for whatever reason in here. Beautiful. Beautiful that it's unloading. Can we get these to show the level? Yeah, there we go. It's about 37. 37 and a half. Oh, 38.75. What a silly platform. I don't know how that, I don't even know how that's accurate.
It's not good.
Not yet. Not yet. You in?
Yeah. Gold star position. If it runs, it runs. If I get stopped there, I'll look to short higher.
Yeah, I think we run the high. I think we run this 953.
Yeah, just didn't want to miss it.
Yeah. No, I like the idea a lot. At least for the pullback, right? Like your 50 points, whatever. Can't hear socio. Do not know how to fix that on the new software. Maybe it's a process source. Nothing really CSDing here. I'd need at least a bullish candle. If you guys are short, you're obviously looking happy. If we get a 950 macro, cool. Can you guys hear Mikey now?
Yo.
You guys hear the yo? Ideally, we get this, and then the next candle, like, especially if this can't close above that one, that would be ideal. 950 will then send us through the open. Don't really like how this isn't closing bullish. Yes, they can hear you now. Good. Oh. Pay the lads short. Pay the lads short.
I don't even mind if this comes back up. I'll just smack it again. I'll just take my stop and smack it again. I just don't want to miss this move.
What are you up, like 70 points?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good spot to take some off. You could add it again. No?
No.
I think you get 38.75 regardless.
My eyes are on 690.
I'm probably gonna if this like
And
closes
beyond.
weak, then like a stab into the 70s. I probably will hit this for the dump.
We could still get, we could still push the highs and get like a 10 a.m. reversal, but I just want to be a part of this move. If
Yeah, I hear that for sure. I think it's got to run the liquidity first. And I think
If it
that
does.
just might have gone without me, maybe. There it goes.
this is 50% of the range too, the push up.
Ooh, this might have just clapped. We'll see. This will be a 30-pointer if it trades up to. Well, that is not the SNDR I wanted to create. Let's see the response level. So far, not bad. Got to drop through here, though. No, this might just cook those highs. Yeah, I'm going to take that off. Disgusting. Okay. Wanted this. I think that's high priority, and we'll look to hit this short for sure, but that's
Yeah, that was like if you look at the push from the leg up here, from
no,
918
I
candle.
just failed to CSD there. We're gonna take it now, I think. Try that again. Got to get through this candle, otherwise I'm gonna take this off break even. Just a nasty shove. Looking for 38 still. Don't think this is. That's such a gross push. If they save it. 10-point stop. That's the second attempt, okay. It should hit the 38s and then probably take this sweep out if we're going to run up. I'd be shocked if it didn't. I'm not going to give this much room. No, take that off there again. A couple of losses to start this. Very annoying. We'll see if they end up doing it or not. In reality, I probably should still be in this, but just not liking the recovery. And that did come down to the open, so in reality, that could have been like an initial target.
Ooh, here we go, baby.
That's so... So dirty. Twice dirty, actually. And now it's going to get our 38 that I wanted. And just hit it twice, but it was not willing to go down. That's the problem with scalping these huge ranges. That's disgusting, actually. Oop, get rid of that. $9.54. See what we get here. Yeah, 5. Yeah, it's pretty much doing the exact same thing. Hey, Dennis. Yeah, that failure should have run it. This was a disgusting push back up. This will be important. We are still bearish technically. Well, in reality, we're bullish. I think actually, now that I look at it, like this is your CSD spot. This is all internal. We expected to trade down to here. It's actually gross how this is working out. But for us to flip back bearish, I think we need to break this. Beautiful little pullback. Suppose that serves me right hitting it in here as well in the 80s. It should have been at that open at 907 with the expectation. That's a nice stall candle for long. Can't justify it. I want this low. Dirty market. Hit this again, or is it going to blast? Just watching to see what happens with the open of this, if it's defended or not.
I actually hope this shit comes up, because it stops me out so I can get a better entry with more size.
I think it will and then run this,
No.
but I think it has to take 38.75 first.
No, we hit the 50% of the range, so
Yeah, but we didn't CSD.
this is higher time frame shit now. I'm on the 3 and the 5 here, so. Chunk, stop it, bro.
Yeah, I'm thinking I want to be in this. It might stop and be above this high here at 902. It's defending and doing well here. It's not really selling off, but I think that just given this push, that we got lower to go. Until we go higher, that is. And if it takes another 15 points, then it is what it is. But this to me is defending this open quite nicely. It's already done that. It's attempted a couple of times, can't get there. I think it's being very heavily pushed down from this open now. This is kind of a weak high. I think that there's a lot of liquidity above this one, but I think they're going to save these and then run these ones out first. Or not. There it goes. Three losses out of the gate. Jesus. Swept everything out, and now it's going to run it. Maybe.
Excuse me, sorry.
What
Jesus.
a brutal market. Another failed CSD. But look at all that it ran out. What a prick. I think there's going to be something big that goes on. Whether that's the massive rally or not, but I'm not going to take another trade inside of this range. That's very, very, very annoying and frustrating. I still think it hits the 38s. It's just going kicking and screaming. So I'll sit on my hands here. Man, oh man. Can't justify this. Again, for it to flip back bullish and run all this, it's got to have a closure above this candle. The argument is that we swept underneath this one, and you've got internal movement going on here. But very unclear, which is probably why I should have sat out instead of getting chopped up for a couple of losses. I still do think it's going to go down. But I can't get involved here, even if this CSD fails for the third time. Are you still sitting in this? ES is failing as well. It actually did the exact same thing. So we'll see if we get that closure or not. Pull over trading view over to the side here. There we go. That high is 11.25. We got 30 seconds. I think ES has already done it. So we'll probably take these equals at least. Wanted to get long for this run. Instead fall with it short. But I wouldn't have gotten long here anyway, I don't think. Brutal. We'll look for some shorts to come in. Yeah, it's got to run that there.
I gotta let the dog out here quick.
Sure, man. Man, oh man. We'll sit patiently. What time did this happen at? That was, what, 10 a.m. there? Yeah. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. What the hell? ES took the highs. ES took this one already. No real accumulation or anything going on. So no real edge for me here. I do like lower. Wild others SMT there. And yet no real selling that's going on. We'll see if NQ wants to follow suit. What is that high? 53.5. Let's see what we get here. I really don't like how we didn't clean this up and this. So I'm looking to see if they're going to have a lot of selling going on here, ideally a bear bar, and then we run it, and then we can CSD. I don't think that's going to be good enough, but we'll see. Oh, don't do us like that. Morning, Matthias. I'm going to try it again. Less than ideal, obviously. I think I'm in at 30. Great. Immediately, we're like in the last bit. Usually your expansion of your candles will happen in the middle of it, not right at the very end. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. This looks like it wants to squeeze the hell out of everything. But we'll see. In with the change in order flow, liking that ES took the high, but need a major flush. Closure underneath this candle, and I think we really run all of this. Otherwise, it's going to squeeze. ES ran this, which is nice, and now we're expecting follow through. We'll find out really, really quick. I don't like how we didn't take liquidity on this stab. But I'm pretty confident with the direction, but I need follow through now. At least underneath this low. At 19th. At least. And I think if it hits that, then it should puke. Otherwise, we're just going to accumulate here, then run everybody out, including myself. But I'm loving the follow through. Just hopefully we're not building an SNDR up here, which I think would be unlikely, but obviously possible. Respecting this open would be ideal if we can close underneath that. We've got 10 seconds. And that should lead to a puke. There's that low. I don't want this being a range. I want it being displacement away and through. I like how we're starting to accelerate. That's very good for the position. But we've got to have a little bit more follow through than this. Had I been with a better position, I think I'd be a little bit more comfortable. But being in so low, not the ideal candle that I wanted to see. ES still really, really weak. So giving this a little bit more space than I'd like, but I'm about to find out here. We're going to run these highs. There they go. Looking for an immediate sell-off, but I mean, this is just not ideal at this point. Not ideal at all. And $700 loss so far. Might give myself one more trade, but this is obviously not the type of PA that I was looking for.
Now we're in discount.
We'll see if this ends up being. Four straight losses to start a morning. That hasn't happened in a while. Just ran everybody out, including myself. That was the concern, and hopefully it doesn't just melt from here and make me look like a fool. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. I have it drawn from this. ES had a lovely pullback as well. It was selling off quite hard. So I had a little bit more conviction in holding, even though that did sweep that. I probably should have been break even immediately, but such a low entry in the 30s in here. I suppose I was up, what, 20 points at one point? Not even, 15. Is this just going to go on a ship all the way up to this low of 52? Another 80 points? I think we'll find out if we come back down into this and we see strength and we don't CSD back the other way. I like the 5-minute CSD, but I was looking heavily at the short side, obviously. And just did not manage to catch anything. The 5 closed above as well. And the 15. So we'll see if we get anything. Can't go long up in here. I think if I have got one more bullet left in me today, then we'll just watch after that. But we'll see what goes on. Are you already in this, or are you waiting for this high to get around?
I'm waiting to see if we can break down below that that little mini SDR at the top, and then accept back below the hourly wick.
Makes sense. Okay.
We're fighting at that hourly high here now at 53.
Yeah, we're really having a hard time. Sort of similar vibes to this. I think we got. Oops. I think we trade up to that SMDR lower. If assuming we don't fail here miserably. This will be a tight stop. With the idea that we're bouncing off, we bounced off this order block quite nicely. We're holding this low, which I like. I think I would have wanted to see a little bit more AMD if it was going to go lower, but this obviously could just, if it's going to get saved, it's going to get saved now, otherwise I'm gone. And this will absolutely be my last trade if I'm completely incorrect on execution and narrative ideas. I'm giving away a large chunk of yesterday's banger of a day. But I do think we run this high out. And right back to the 30s where I was short initially. I'm just going to take that off there. I think this is the area it's going to bounce from, but yeah. Yeah. Be right back in 1 second, guys. Man, oh man. I'm out to lunch today. Hey? Did you hit this and break even already?
I hit it on that stall candle at 10:18, and then I hit it for 5. Then I took 3 off at 18, just 50% of this range. So from 60 to 18, stop, break even. I'll let it ride. If it wants to go up higher, I'm going to smack it again at 10:30 or whatever.
Just keep going.
This is probably going to put me out here, break even on the last
She
two
is
cons.
relentless here. Like not even a hope of. Yeah.
That just took me out on my last 2 cons, break even there. But I got 40 on 3, so.
That closed at 9:15. That low was 9:14. So that's probably why this was such a big lift. Sweeping into the S&DR and just doesn't even move 2 points. Unreal. 63. I was up 7 points on that trade. Swept out the S&DR quite nicely, I suppose, didn't it?
Yeah.
I still think we hit our 82s now before we come back down, only because of the velocity of what's going on here, which was the real reason with that idea, but just throwing money into the market. $845. Christ. On micros.
People don't realize it, man, but you can run it up with micros.
I'm only on 3 micros. That's just 5 straight losses. Literally buying tops, selling bottoms. Where was that? What was that last execution?
Trading with Chuck.
32s. Oh, okay. So I didn't at least. Yeah, trading with Chuck. Yeah, I got out here. I suppose I didn't let it all come all the way back down, even though that would have been a profitable trade if I would have YOLO'd hold it. But like buying from the S&DR, maybe I should have just had my stop underneath that low rather than giving it so much space.
The 50-minute range extension is right smack dab in the middle of this S&DR up here too, so we could possibly run up into that.
Mm.
10:30 coming in hot here soon.
You'll have to figure out a couple of our models with this idea, this new platform. See if we can salvage this day or not. ES didn't run it, NQ didn't run it. I think this is a liquidity grab. Can't justify it, of course. This has to be a very good setup for me to take it, and I think that'll be definitely my last trade of the day. I can make a strong argument that I should walk right now, but I think we'll get a scalp in and look for some momentum. Yeah, I think midnight open's definitely that possibility. I think that this SNDR as well is a major target. We seem to
midnight?
like I like a lot the idea of trading lower and liquidating all of this. I don't think that's going to come from this area of interest. We seem to be respecting quite nicely on the 5 or 15, right? Some nice push. We're getting some inside candles here, right? So another shove, which would take us into this, and that will give us our wedge pattern if we're going to fail at all. That all goes out the window if we CSD. And you'd argue that we already have, perhaps. I don't like how it didn't close underneath. This is kind of a no man's land here. If I was green on the day, I might consider like a sweep and a fail from this area where we got sent up, but at least to trade this high. But I cannot justify it today. No. That was a decent little inversion play, I suppose, but it didn't take the high.
Take a message to my city. Running through a bank roll. Spending all these pesos. Spending on this European girl. Flights out to Europe. Paris to live a metal gold. Hermes spending euros. I say,
That actually did that? No. No, that opened like up here. That's weird. This will be an important close if we can close above this or not. I have to be very, very choosy now with my last trade of the day, given the bullets that I wasted on shorts in this that just got muscled through. You guys that are long from the 30s and 865, beautiful.
Oh, I got premium and discount drawn out from the 236 high. 4 hour. It's a higher time frame.
It's worth noting ES did SMT here internally, which is strong. I think that oops. We got a lift though. Where did that even tag me in from? 50s? Same idea. With the ES SMT, looking forward to have an explosive movement up. There we go. There we go. This platform constantly refreshing is annoying as shit. Looking for an explosive. Let's go and lift. At least above the highs. Any sort of major selling in here, I'll probably let it go. That's better. I'm actually going to hit that here. And that's only because I have to protect a little bit more of the account, given the awful trades this morning. I do think it runs this and then this. But while I'm this red, cannot justify giving back profits on in key areas. And I think that this fractal that sent us lower in the first place is a pretty good spot to take some off if you guys are. But this is obviously beautiful. But I'll be scalping until I'm back to break even, and then we'll see about taking some sort of a swing. You guys that are still sitting long, this is looking really, really nice. And I think if we chop around in here, then we probably lift to 21,080, which is this SNDR. So we'll see. See if we grab anything else that can make some sense. But the worst possible thing would be being up 20, 30 points and very red, and then having it come back, stop you out, break even, and then continue on its merry way. That's a disgusting spike in rejection so far. It only went down to, what, 61? 61, yeah. People will buy the midpoint of this. I think that's fair. personally cannot justify it. The main idea with this is that ES had that sort of sign of strength SMT in there. That candle's not, I don't know why it looks like that on this platform, but that's essentially a bearish candle. And then we had follow through and then expected it to lift. And it actually did take that high there internally. So now we're trading back into this internal swing. The expectation is the midpoint of this gets held and we end up running that high, which is cool. NQ trying to follow suit until we at least, well, we've generated quite a bit of nice liquidity here, which is a little bit different on ES. We're talking a lot more about SMT lately, but
This is printing beautiful. And then we just need to just mitigate it the whole way up. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's literally hit.
oh, you mean like the bullish delivery? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your nice little flag coming in here. Other than this, I think that yeah, once it finally left this area, it was lovely. I was just
Like it's
way
hit.
too eager on shorts and
Just
there
hit
we are.
discount. Trade it up really nice.
You're setting nice though, aren't
everywhere.
you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
bro. Good, you're good.
I hit that 3-minute failure back in the discount at 9:36, and then I hit it into discount to like the bottom of that SNDR, and I've just been taking like 5, taking 3 off, stop break even, 5, taking 3 off, stop break even. I'm just higher time frame is down. I like 690 targets, but I ain't gonna force it, right? Like I said, there's this like nice SNDR up here, which kind of lines up with the 15-minute opening range
I
up
got
at
100 point.
804. So
Oof. This is nasty though. It might be printing nice, but these sell-offs for anybody trading some form of momentum based. Oof.
With freshly prepared burgers made from Canadian beef, it's hard to beat Sobeys.
I just don't think they're able to sell it off at this level. It's just not a high I want to entertain shorting off of. It's starting to accelerate a little bit. We'll see if this has got any juice. I still think we're kind of building a range here to run these, but can't risk off of it just yet. That velocity's a little scary. Don't really want to cowboy my last trade. Right. Just one nice long to clean everything up. Or one nice short to clean everything up to the downside. Starting to chop. 15's got all this liquidity higher as well. Be gross if it left that. I'd be shocked if it did actually. That's an internal CSD too. I'm just not wild about trading against that kind of explosive with highs that I don't think are credible. But we'll see if it fails here or not. Then I think it runs these lows. What are you saying?
Waiting and watching, brother. Hopefully this is some kind of like higher time frame accumulation, right? Like I can't get involved in this like tight ass range here. Took that first like the stab that worked out, and it's not going to go, so I'll just wait. I can't get back in without it running the highs again.
That's a really nice perspective. That I'm gonna sit on my hands too.
Right, this is such a big range up here now, right? Like it's fucking from the highs 94 down to, it's like a 50-point range up here. I'm not trying to get popped up in the middle of this shit.
I think somebody's gonna get wrecked. That's for sure. They're definitely playing a little dirty on the 1 minute. Spike, and then like just a grind to probably run these lows. Or maybe
look at
not.
the
We're
fi-
seeing a lot of
Look at the 5 minute. It's just barcoding up here.
yeah.
Foolish to get involved in the middle here.
I'm still looking for a reason to get long. I just think that this here on the 1 is gross. And I want that SNDR higher, which I think this accumulation is going to pop to. There it goes. That was a poor time to scroll out to the higher time frame. ES ran everything. blasting lower. Oh, man. And yet, look at the 5. Still might close bullish. 15 still is bullish. They just trap everybody shorting? Or is it going to melt now? Look at that. Scam the scam, be the scam. Blow off top.
Where's this is also 4 hours.
Can't justify going long at the top of the range for sure, even though I do think this is going to have a blow off. I want that high. ES did take it, but like we've got such major targets, like that SNDR snapped that higher time frame low. That's just too juicy, but all this accumulation, where do you get involved in such a range? All the way back down again. I like how that failed to close underneath, but going long in this, just not really systematic at this point. I do think longs down here will make at least 10, 20 points, but wouldn't want to be wrong. Just let go. We have no imbalances or anything, eh? That one's already been mitigated. None on the 15. Just sideways. Gross. Nope. Steady selling on the 3. That was a little bit different. We'll see if they can actually sustain this or not before 11 a.m. Be nice if we got like, what do you think about like a short at 960 now for the 11 a.m. push? Or do you think we still go higher after taking everything? I'm really liking the follow through on this now. Right?
Yeah,
We've snapped
starting to look a
here.
little
We've got
bit
a
better.
snap here, I think, too. ES is looking really weak. It ran the highs, which would be the main thing that we're done going higher. What's our 5 looking like? Nothing really clear, conclusive, eh? Just like the idea of short.
3's looking better now. 3 looks good now.
Need some sort of failure to get involved in this if it's going to just dump now. We traded back up into premium. I doubt we get like a movement to here if this is going to be the expansionary move. But can't shorten the 30s. Like, it might dump. I suppose that sweep would have ended up being good in hindsight, but at the time wasn't really wild about it. Man, oh man. Three minutes. We should get a blast one way or the other at 11 a.m. All of a sudden this is looking a lot tastier for everybody. That low of 844 and then even lower.
Hour's melting now. This is good.
What's that?
So the hour's melting down now.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Where'd you get in from?
This little double top up here. Then we had this inversion, like
What,
like
for
I was
like
watching this.
970?
A little bit below 961.
You've been in this entire time? You schmuck. Nice trade, buddy. "30 seconds till 11 a.m. Hopefully you guys just get a meltdown. And I'll be sitting on my hands watching this.
Five had nice failure. 3 minute looks good. Little double top on the 1.
New hourly.
Oh, there we go. Little 5 minute FVG tap for the brave soldiers.
Is that what I did? Not quite. 934. I'm thinking it takes these here, this sort of 944 high, hopefully, stabbing back into this. That's a 5 minute valid high as well. 15 on the ES is looking nasty. Yeah, I want to be short above this. If this ends up failing, that's going to be gross. Yeah, there we go. Point stop. This has got to close bearish, otherwise it probably goes up higher. Technically a CSD on the 1 as well, but that 5 minute fair value gap tap, I'm expecting that to be the objective. Just not wild about how low I'm in here. Okay, got to disrespect that imbalance now and then drop. Otherwise, it's going to be a short trip. Respect the imbalance. Respect the 5 minute imbalance, sorry. Don't want it respecting this one. That would probably put in a new high. Not good. Not good, not good, not good.
Oh,
Okay,
don't
there
stop
goes
me
those
out.
highs. That's the last objective. Otherwise, this is going to be brutal. A little bit more of a swing than I intended. Got to fail this. Rod, you're a prick. Might have to stab into that breaker. Yeah, I'm gonna take that off there. Okay.
Oh, stop me, you little bastard.
Just not liking this delivery. The 5-minute fair value gap still being respected, but done enough damage to the accounts today, and we'll do some marble races later on, but I'm not feeling it at all, and not liking how this is delivering, just sort of range bound chop and then not really going anywhere. So we'll hop on in about an hour, and we'll kind of walk through some lunch and maybe some ideas on how to have avoided this chop as it respects the 5-minute and then delivers. But we'll stop this here, and then we'll see you guys in a little bit. Look at this go. Bye, bye, bye.